Thank you for viewing my tarot reading of the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle. As those of you who've been following my tarot, you know that I've been reading the British royal family, well, mostly Prince Harry and Prince William. Oh, I did Kate Middleton too also. And so I'm doing a new tarot deck. It's called the Napo Tarot. And it has a very colorful sort of, it's from Argentina, I believe. And it has a earthy kind of quality, but it's very pretty. Has a lot of pastel colors. It's interesting artwork. And since Meghan is now living in California, or Southern California, which is kind of deserty, I thought that this would be a good idea. So, okay. 10 card Celtic cross, although I don't actually lay them out, I just put them on top of each other just so you can see the cards because they're so pretty. Okay, the first card I'm going to put out is what is the general atmosphere for Meghan Markle after the release of the Spare book? Okay. And we get happiness upside down. That's the 10 of Cups, I believe. I guess it wasn't maybe. No, actually, I'm gonna change my view on that. I think that that's the general atmosphere right now. That she's not completely happy. That there's things that are not going well for her, maybe in ways that she'd expected. I mean, it was a big change they made. There's business stuff they have to deal with. I mean, they're still getting attacked by the British media like crazy. So, you know, she has a lot of good, but there's some not so good. The next card is generally the card that crosses the first one. It's usually read upright, and this is the Magician. I'm going to say that the cards are reminding her to tap into her creativity, that is a way for her to pull herself forward, and that maybe throughout the last few years she's kind of neglected that part of herself, and I think the cards are telling her that that would be a good connection that she should make now. The next card is the crowning card. It usually goes on the top, and ooh, 3 of Coins, power. That's a good one. That's about her gathering her resources. She's planning, she's gathering, she's, you know, building her defenses. Good for her. All right. Like I know her. I don't know her. The next card is the subconscious card. It's usually like what's underneath. Okay, so it's 8 of Swords. This is usually the card of bondage, of feeling trapped. And since it's underneath and since it's reversed, in general, I read reverses as a lessening of the theme. I know some other people don't, but I do. So in this case, I'm going to say that like the entrapment that she was feeling is lessening. It's alleviating. It's in its way, it's getting better. It's not completely better, but it's better than it had been. The next card is the near past. Okay, they were juggling money issues. There was change, absolutely, and they had to sort of figure out how they were going to live their lives. And as we saw in the Netflix documentary, they were doing pretty well. Although I think they might have gotten flooded out of there. I saw something, but I didn't follow it up. So maybe if any of you are, if you know, let me know. But so they're balancing change. The next card is the near future. Okay. It's the Chariot, but it's reversed. Generally, the Chariot is forward-moving momentum. This sort of, you're running to get your goal and you're gonna get it. And this one is upside down. So since it's in a future position, it's not going to be maybe quite as direct. Her goals are not going to be as directly achievable as she's hoping. There's going to be some interference. She just has to prepare herself that, you know, this isn't going to be a straight line, what she has to face. The next card is the This the Self card is sort of like where she's at the moment. She needs to connect to her inner mother goddess because she's disconnected from it, which you wouldn't think given the Netflix show where they were all frolicking in nature and looked so happy, but who knows what goes on behind the scenes. So the cards are telling her to embrace that part of herself, that she needs that. The next card is sort of what the people below, or the outside of the house think, like what sort of the public thinks. Okay, abundance reversed, Three of Cups, that she's, this card is essentially saying that like the public thinks she had this opportunity, that she blew it, she abandoned it. Now, I don't know that I think that's true, and she might not think that's true, but I think that that's sort of maybe how the British people view her, just based on the tarot here. The next card is it can be the wish card, it can also be the what you hope doesn't happen card. So it's the 9th card, and this one says, okay. It's the Priestess. It's about intuition, and this one is a blockage of it. So I think that, I would say spiritually, that she is worried about not being able to connect to what she needs to nurture herself. I think that there is sort of like she's feeling sort of disconnected from that. Because she's had so much to consider mentally over the last however many years, that like that part of her is like, I think maybe she's afraid that she's lost it. The next card is the 10th card, and it's generally the outcome card based on the story that we've heard, but sometimes I'll read another one if it's not clear. So the outcome. Ooh, okay. It's death, but it's upside down. So in this case, I'm going to say that, now it's not this doesn't usually mean a physical death. It means a transition. It can be like a job loss, or plans have been abandoned. But actually, you know what? I think in this position, what I'm going to say it means is that it's actually a good card, because it's telling her that the bad stuff, the pain, the unhappiness, it's reached its apex, and it's alleviating. It's not going away like immediately, because the other cards earlier were saying similar things about how it's not going to be like the Chariot was reversed. So essentially she's facing kind of like a time of healing and rebuilding, and it's going to take longer than she wants it to. I think she's a very forward-moving person who likes to meet her goals, but this is life sort of telling her that, you know, she needs to focus more on her inner self in order to go forward, and that it is alleviating. The worst is over. And I'm going to read a third one. Not a third one, another one. Okay, so from that point, she's going to be able to like start to manifest her works, whether it's them focusing on a charity, whatever they want to do to go forward, that the material aspects of that stuff is going to be made available, that she just has to be more patient, that it's going to take a little bit longer, but she will really get there. So, okay. Thank you all very much for listening. This is clearly just for entertainment purposes. I don't know any of these people. I just, as I've said in the previous videos, over the holiday I binged a lot of YouTube, and there were 100 million British tarot people reading about Harry and Meghan, and it was all so awful that I thought to myself, oh my god, because I mean, I've never read for money, but I do know what the cards mean. I have read for friends, and so I thought it would just be fun to pull out my different decks and read for people I don't know. So thank you for listening. Bye-bye.